sports. It's in the game.
Hey, they say it ain't over till it's over. Well, let me tell you, this one definitely ain't over.
Today, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. And a glance here at the veteran who will be leading them. Now in his 8th year in the NFL.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll start this drive out on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 23 carries, 96 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. You look at this Colt defense. Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be number 1 and be the top of your profession. But here's the problem. It's only week 1.
1 week, yeah.
Can they do it 15 more times? If so, then we really got something to talk about.
That's the challenge. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Washington going to send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. That time on the punt, and the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength can make every throw in the book. He's an asset to have in any offense.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
It's another zone defense that looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Off the play fake. Nash. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And the last drive, their first drive, 3-and-out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29. You look at this Colt defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Normally you want teams to gel late in the season, but this unit, they've been terrific right from the word go. Came in as the number 1 rated unit against the pass in the NFL after just 1 week.
Now Scott looking to throw on second down. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. This defense for the Colts, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They run the counter easily, and he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground easily. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Looking to throw. Scott. That is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Scott now. Throwing again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bennett. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 29-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. On 1st down, easily, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. That one in the books as a 12-play drive and a 9-yard run on the end of it. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. 2nd drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really important Impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Off play action. Nash rolling to his right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
On 1st and 10, Nash. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. So from the 37, here's 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Giving to the big tight end on 4th. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. And they'll run it here. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The Colts at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts have taken the lead. That's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, gotta give him credit. Found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And he He's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Washington ready to try again on offense. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Scott to throw on 2nd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And a lot of being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with when in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it and helped pop that ball free.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Back to throw again. And his throw is incomplete.
It sort of looks like they started some fighting them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
They'll look to throw again. Now they go screen. It's complete.
Touchdown, Washington.
A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Commanders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw. Nash being chased out left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big play there just before halftime. 48 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Looking to throw. Nash to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Back to throw. Nash. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So the potential could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. To throw with Scott. A final shot before break. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Scott. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. The Jaguars getting the home cooking as they pull their record back to 1-1. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. The Panthers were losers in their opener, trying to get back on level footing as they lead on the road. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Falcons trying to hold on and claim victory.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are the Colts to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Steelers, and they lead this one as well as they start here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Nash. Going right side here, and that's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
To throw on second down, Nash. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. On first down, Nash steps away to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
Throwing on first down, Nash. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Looking to throw on second down. Nash, he's going to fire one deep left sideline. Oh, first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They got the ball now following a big play. Keep guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Looking to throw. Scott. And that is incomplete.